Welcome to my next From Season 3 episode review video as I watch the episode on the MGM Plus app. Before I get into that though, pretty important, if you weren't caught up to the point where I am every watch you're watching from, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you find that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. I've already reviewed every single episode of From thus far on this channel, and if you want to check out any of those reviews, you can click right here with about 20 seconds left to go in the video. That will be my From playlist, and you can watch any review of any episode of From on that playlist. But I'm a pretty big fan of the show. I don't think it's absolutely amazing, but I think it's pretty solid. They have some slow episodes every once in a while that kind of take away from things, but you can't have a phenomenal episode at every point in time. I am a little worried that this show will have a lackluster ending. I don't know that for sure, but it worries me that the show's ending might not be the best. We shall see. As far as why I'm watching the show, well, I heard it was by some people that did Lost. Not all the people, but some people that were behind Lost. And Lost is one of my favorite shows of all time. Top 5, actually. And that got me intrigued with the plot and kind of what goes on and from. So far, so good, though. I'm a fan of the show, and I'm going to keep watching all the episodes and reviewing all these episodes, although they don't do as well on the channel. But hey, maybe that will change once more people get into From. I say this. If From was on Netflix, it would probably be the most popular show. I don't know. MGM Plus, not a lot of people have that, so just wondering that. But with all that said, this will be From Season 3, Episode 5. The title of this episode is called The Light of Day, and this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So we start off with Boyd and Ellis bringing Randall into Colony House after Randall got roughed up pretty bad by the monsters, but they didn't kill him, or maybe they thought they did, but they left him alive for some reason. So Marielle gets to work on Randall, and she needs some more paper towels. Randall screams that Boyd left him fucking out there. Kenny, Christy, and Jade return the next morning. Boyd wonders what the hell happened to the Christy. They say they had a long night, and then they ask Boyd about the ambulance, and Boyd's like, yeah, some stuff happened last night. Donna is going to help Henry pick out his shirt, and she, to meet Victor finally. Well, to see Victor for the first time in a long time. And Victor tells Sarah before they go into the tunnels, they need some supplies, as they need to make sure that they don't get lost. So they head to Colony House. Donna tells Victor about Nikki dying. She tells Victor about his dad being here, and Victor says that's not possible. And then Victor actually leaves Colony House upset, and Victor tells Sarah that she should go home. Tabitha catches up with Julie and Ethan. I'm sure they're excited to see their mom back. Jim tells the kids the most important thing is she's back and we're together. And then Jade arrives saying he needs to talk to Tabitha, and Jim says to back off. And then Tabitha tells Jim it's okay, and Jade says we need to go back to the tree. Jade says that he gets this place as one giant mindfuck. Actually, I think he says you need to take me to the tree, because I don't think he's ever been to the tree before, so him going back is not true. But maybe that's what they said, I don't remember. But Jade, after he says mindfuck, says, pardon my French, because he's around kids, but she went home. She went home going to this tree. And then Tabitha tells Jade she's going to the town meeting, and Jade says the town meeting isn't going to solve anything. Kenny wonders why the monsters kept Randall alive. Me too. And Boyd thinks they want everyone to see Randall as a reminder during the day, because they can kind of pretend during the day, but at night, things change at night. Marielle tells Christy that she's the patient right now and that she should stop worrying, and she's not going to do any drugs or anything like that, at least for the time being. And then Marielle goes to attend to Randall as he starts grunting. Donna shows Henry where Victor stays most of the time. Henry says that a little bit of hope was the hardest part. Eventually it got easier the more time that went by, as he just thought they were dead, and then it became easier. His wife, Victor and Eloise. And then it's meeting time at the diner. Tabitha tells everyone that she went through a tree to the lighthouse. And then during this, Julie goes to the colony house to grab something. She runs into Elgin. He was going to attack her, and Julie says she could use some company, and Elgin agrees. So she went there to get some pot. Why? I don't know. That was kind of a dumb part in the episode. Victor is worried that what his father is going to think when he sees him. Sarah tries to comfort Victor, and Victor tells Sarah that she's really bad at this. And then Sarah mentions that Victor might not be the only one that's afraid. And then Julie and Elgin are smoking pot, just having a conversation. Pointless. Well, it's not pointless, but like, I don't know. We need more happening than this, in my opinion. Julie thinks this whole place is here to make them suffer and give them false hope, as she doesn't think it's ever going to let them go. Most are mad at Tabitha during this meeting for not doing enough while she was out of Fromville. Like, they're mad she didn't go to the authorities, and she's like, well, they wouldn't believe me. Well, hey, if he did, maybe someone will eventually believe you. Dale's really upset with her. Dale and Fatima are and most want to know where the tree is. Dale says he's had it with Boyd's plans and his fucking rules, and he wants to go home and leaves the diner. Tabitha gets back home and tells Jade that it's time to go to the tree, which of course makes Jade extremely happy. Tabitha tells Jim she's taking Jade to the tree, and they agree that Ethan will stay home with Jim. Julie and Elgin go through some clothes in the basement at the colony house. Just random weird stuff that they do there. And then Julie finds a Polaroid camera, and she takes a picture of Elgin, and then Elgin takes a picture of her. Acosta goes to talk to Boyd, saying she thinks she can help. She says he needs to give the people something else to focus on. And Boyd gets angry with her and tells her to let him worry about how to take care of his goddamn town. Fatima actually tells Ellis that all she can eat is rotten food. Ethan goes to talk to Henry, and Henry wonders why there's a motel sign and a pool, but there's no motel. And that was actually something that I was wondering. I don't remember what it was, but I'm like, no vacancy. Why? Where's the hotel at here? I wondered that. I just never said anything about it. And then I lost my train here. And then Henry tells Ethan that Victor doesn't think he's happy that he's here. As they are taking a walk, then they see Victor and Sarah. Like, Ethan goes, oh, there's Victor. And then Henry slowly walks over. Victor's kind of hesitant. And then Henry hugs Victor. And then Victor eventually gets emotional and hugs back. He tells Henry he didn't know how to get home. That's why he didn't come home, of course. And then Boyd goes on the bus, and then Bacta follows him on the bus, and Bacta says Boyd sounds like her sister. And Bacta tells Boyd that she'll have his back next time, because she didn't really have it this time at the diner. Tabitha and Jade have arrived at the bottle tree, and they're pulling the pieces of paper out with numbers out of some of the bottles, and it just has like numbers. Maybe there's somebody's birthday, like it was like, I don't remember exactly what number it was, but it was like 5362 or something like that. And then Jade tells Tabitha about seeing the kids that were saying Okoye, or whatever it was, and then, you know what, this is a weird thing, but if we can solve what this is, we know something. And then Dale arrives and goes into the tree and says that they can thank him later. And then we see Boyd, and a bunch of people are surrounding the swimming pool with no actual, pool water in it. And we see that Dale's actually been transported into the wall or the foundation of the pool with like some of his face showing and his left hand showing. Boyd pulls his gun out but doesn't fire, and Dale's like bleeding from the mouth and the nose. And then Boyd asks, "Who's next? Who the fuck is next?" Boyd tells everyone he is trying to keep everyone alive. And then Donna comes out to see Dale dead in the foundation or wall of the pool. And that's what ends this episode of From. So a little bit slower, more dialogue. Some boring moments, especially with Julie and Elgin in this episode. I'm going to give it a 7.4 out of 10. They have to slow things down a little bit. I'm intrigued I thought Acosta would have more of a role in this episode, and she only had like 2 scenes. My character of the episode is going to be Boyd, and my secondary character would be Tabitha. So those are kind of my thoughts. Interesting to see what happened to Dale. A lot of people don't like Dale as a character, so they're probably celebrating that moment. He's alright. So those are my thoughts. You've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of From and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you Hulk smash the like button, share the video if you're with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of From. What would you rate the episode? And who, if you had to choose, would be your characters of the episode? You can pick, 3 or 4 if you want to. It's kind of hard with this episode, but Boyd is the standout, and then I think Tabitha. Maybe, you know what? Actually, I take that back. Not Tabitha. I meant to say Jade. Boyd and Jade. Tabitha didn't really do a lot. She was just kind of unsure of what was going on. I don't know. You can say Tabitha if you want, but Boyd and Jade is what I meant to say. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.